Hey, let's make this quick and simple. I have to admit I might have spoke too soon when it comes to Gabrena's damage, and was entirely wrong to compare her damage with Augusta's damage. Despite removing the 3 cost echoes from Augusta, it still wasn't a fair test. Gabrena is certainly a strong unit, and very much indeed on par with characters like Augusta, Phrolova, and so on. And even in my current state of Gabrena, with the lack of heavy attack crit rate, she is still in fact doing decent damage. Turns out, I'm gonna look stupid here. Turns out, the multipliers for maximizing her fortes are actually a huge requirement for her damage to increase. And here I thought I was doing a fair test.
Are you serious?
So when I decided to stream this whole thing, I was very surprised and was kind of baffled that, okay, I was proven wrong. No way. No way. She's doing so much better than I thought. Guys, Gabrena is... I should have done that. Okay, that's crazy. She beat it. She beats Augusta's damage right there. Granted, I still believe Augusta as a unit is much more comfortable to play. Augusta's comfortability feels through this playthrough. Her value of a unit is beyond compared to what Gabrena has to offer as a single unit. And I was kind of blinded by Augusta's solo damage through these testing grounds that I've made, and that I didn't realize that Gabrena as a quick swap unit can be utilized a lot better than Augusta.
What are you talking about, man?
Now, what I mean is Gabrena, when it comes to quick swapping, she performs so much better than Augusta. Gabrena can also utilize other DPS like Phrolova a lot better than Augusta. She can swap back to Phrolova and then goes back to her damage, finishing her hyper carry stuff. Now, Augusta does work with Phrolova as well, but she doesn't necessarily need Phrolova because Motefi buffing Augusta's heavy attack damage is more than enough to allow her to deal better damage than quick swap to Phrolova back and forth. But look, I don't want to get sidetracked explaining about Augusta here. So let's move on to how the F2P team really feels for Gabrena. It's still not the best, I'm sorry. I still believe she is going through this rough, tough patch along with other characters like PB for Zani or Cantarella for Phrolova, and Gabrena, she will have a dedicated support of her own, which is Qiuyuan. And I do believe Qiuyuan is going to be a broken unit due to his support capability in terms of echo skill damage, and he also seems to be future-proof if Kuro decided to give more echo skill damage for other characters. And Qiuyuan will probably be the only 5-star support that can amplify that damage, and I can't wait to pull for him, but that's only if I win the 50-50. As I stated before, Gabrena's damage is very decent, so it doesn't mean that the F2P team can't beat the contest. Well, this is where we will have to test the team a little bit. Although I do have to use Shopkeeper this time around. If you don't have Shopkeeper, you should definitely pull for Shopkeeper. It's just everyone's recommendation at this point. Always prioritize units that guarantees your rewards first, then you can proceed to your waifu over meta ideal. That's just a little tip from me. Alright, I do think it's gonna be a lot easier than before though. That's one thing for sure. And of course, I listened to your advice a little bit that I shouldn't be using the air, the rainstorm too many times. And that works well. That works like a charm. I played this a lot better, smoother than way before. Although I missed that part just now, the Shopkeeper's ult. The Shopkeeper's intro skill. Yeah, I missed that. But hey, it's not that bad. We can still do this good. The thing is that there is some difficulties with the commentating and playing games at the same time. There is some difficulties into that. And I do things a lot better without commentating. That is something I can promise you with. Alright. We're doing good. That's still a lot of time. The thing is that I still have a lot of time. I keep getting that the last tower, the last floor, I have like basically 1 minute more. It's all good. We still have some time. We have 30 seconds more than usual. Oh, I didn't dodge a lot of the attacks there. There we go. It's pretty good. Okay, nice. Come on, let's get the ult. Let's get the ult. Alright, we win this. It's almost there. And then use Shopkeepers. Nice. Everything is going smoothly, alright? Way better than before. I should switch to Motefi a lot more often though. See, this is the thing. Whenever I commentate, I forget that I could quick swap. I swear to you, I quick swap more often than when I'm commentating. I quick swap more often, alright? It's just through this. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Don't. I ruined this. I ruined this match. But I still win, but I'm pretty sure I've done like, she still have like 3 minutes left. Well, there you have it. Clearly, beating the endgame is a non-issue here. I am very certain she will do well in whimpering ways just as much. But here's the problem. That wasn't the main focus point in my video in the first place.
Here we go. Here we go.
I always have this belief that not every players, whether they're F2Ps, low spenders, maybe even whales, not everyone have the luxury to pull for 3 5-star characters. Not everyone can get Gabrena and Qiuyuan in that same patch. And yes, even though Gabrena is an amazing unit, she is a flawed unit. And here are some proofs. This video I talk about Afterflame and how terrible the mechanic is. It prevents players to reach Gabrena's best potential with a simple F2P settings. It is a mechanic that will force players to pull for characters they may or may not want to. For Gabrena, that is Qiuyuan, a character that can cast more than 2 or 3 echo skills, and also Cantarella, another character that can cast 3 echo skills. Unfortunately, Cantarella has 0 synergies with Gabrena. So what do you do to play the Cantarella and Gabrena optimally? Now look, guys, I'm not a meta slave here, but imagine yourself as these Gabrena mains from my last videos. Surely if you hate that video, you would want your Gabrena to perform better, right? And for her to be better, you will need this Afterflame that's just so close to be full, but you also have a pride of saying Gabrena is strong enough with the Mortefi team, the F2P team. She is good enough. You will never get to match this part of the Forte gauge, and that's how Kuro gets you. And that's what makes Gabrena so expensive. For you to want to pull for Qiuyuan to mess Gabrena's Forte gauge, for you to get Cantarella and even Phrolova to create a synergistic team members. Now, of course, Kuro Games could easily just fix this if they were to create a 4-star characters that can apply more than 2 to 3 echo skills. That would be amazing. That would fix everything what Gabrena's problem right now, and that will avoid players to complain about the F2P's issues in this game. Have a 4-star characters like Phoebe that can continuously apply Spectral Frazzle. Have a 4-star characters that can continuously apply Aero Erosion. We don't need 5-star to do this. Now, of course, for Gabrena, have 4-star characters that can cast more than 3 echo skill. These characters, they don't need to do like 5-star damage. They don't need to do big damage or nuke enemies. They just need to support the main DPS to perform better. One last thing I would like to mention are her sequences, just as one and assets. Now, I'm not going to say much about assets because I would love to think my audience is smart enough to think if you're pulling for this character this far into the character to have them become stronger, you should be smart enough to prioritize their best in slot unit, Qiuyuan first, or at least have some savings for Qiuyuan. But look, the problem with both of these sequences is that you will need to acquire Afterflame. As they state right here, when casting Resonant Skill, Essence of Malice, each point of Afterflame additionally grants 2% crit damage. Now we look into assets. When casting Resonant Skill, Essence of Malice, for every 1 point of Afterflame consumed. Now I don't have the exact calculation here, but to put it simply, you will not be gaining this fusion damage amplification up to 35%. You don't gain all that much. And you won't be gaining up to 80% of the crit damage. You will instead waste it for not pulling on the units that was planned to achieve this. Again, Qiuyuan and Cantarella. And yeah, that's about all I want to say in this video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you have something to say in the comments below, go for it, please do. I will do my best to respond to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. See ya.